The trade station called Hollow Reach floated silently near the edge of the outer systems. Once, it had been a busy hub for many species, but now it was old, battered, and failing. Lights flickered in the corridors, alarms beeped intermittently, and some docking bays were permanently closed because the gates would not open properly. Every day, small accidents happened. A transport drone crashed, a reactor panel overheated, or a shield generator failed. Hollow Reach was too big, too old, and too far from any help. Most advanced civilizations had given up on the station. To them, it was a lost cause. They said it was too far from trade routes, too dangerous near the pirate borders, and too expensive to repair. Only the station council remained, trying to keep things working. The council meetings were tense and full of complaints. Members shouted at each other, argued over resources, and blamed each other for every small failure. Some days, the power failed completely, leaving parts of the station in darkness for hours. Liam Parker worked as a logistics officer on the station. He was human, one of the few humans who lived this far from Earth. He had brown hair that never stayed neat, eyes that were always scanning the room, and a calm voice that often helped him mediate council arguments. Liam had spent years learning how the station worked, how to repair old systems, and how to keep peace between different alien species. He had seen everything go wrong. He had seen systems collapse, ships crash into the docks, and workers give up in frustration. One evening, after a particularly long day, Liam walked through a dark corridor. The lights flickered, and a low hum of broken machinery filled the air. He passed the main power core and noticed that a cooling fan was sparking. Sparks flew across the floor, and he had to jump back. If it had hit the wrong place, it could have caused a small fire. He sighed. This was Hollow Reach. Everything was broken, but it still worked somehow. In the council room, Liam sat with Maya Brooks. She was one of the station's best engineers. Maya had short, messy blonde hair and always wore a tool belt with small devices that no one else could even name. She was quiet most of the time, but brilliant when it came to machines. Today, she was staring at a holographic map of the station, her face tense. "Liam," she said quietly, "the shield emitters are failing faster than we can repair them. If we don't get new parts, the station won't last a month." Liam rubbed his forehead. "I know. We've used every spare part we have. The old systems are worn out. I've sent messages to nearby fleets, but none of them respond. Everyone says the station is a lost cause." Maya frowned. "Then what do we do?" Liam leaned back. He thought for a long time. No one had considered the humans for help in years. They were far away, on a planet called Earth, and no one expected them to send anything. But Liam had an idea. It was risky, dangerous, almost crazy. "We ask Earth," he said finally. Maya looked at him, confused. "Ask Earth? For what? They are thousands of light years away. Even if they respond, it could take months. And do you think they will care?" Liam shook his head. "I don't know. But we have nothing else. We send a simple request for repairs, spare parts, maybe a crew. That's all." Maya hesitated. "You really think they will come?" "I don't know," Liam said again. "But if we don't try, the station dies. And if we fail, we still tried." The next day, Liam and Maya prepared the message. They used the station's old communication array, sending a simple holographic request to Earth. The message was polite, clear, and short. They asked for technical help, spare parts, and advice. Nothing more. After they sent it, they waited. Days passed. Nothing happened. The station continued to fail in small ways. Lights flickered, alarms rang, and workers moved through corridors with tired faces. Traders complained that docking systems were too slow. Pilots said the engines on the old cargo ships were failing. Everyone wondered if sending the message to Earth had been a mistake. Then, sensors detected something unexpected. Long-range scans showed multiple warp signatures moving toward Hollow Reach. Liam stared at the display, disbelief in his eyes. Maya rushed to the control panel. "Are you seeing this?" she asked. "I see it," Liam said. I don't believe it." The signatures grew closer. Soon, the shapes of ships appeared on the holographic map. They were humans. Hundreds of them. Not just one ship, or a small repair crew, an entire fleet. Engineering ships, cargo haulers, small fighter escorts, and some larger vessels Liam could not identify. They were all moving in perfect formation. The station council could not believe it either. Members whispered and argued. Some thought it was a trick. Some thought it was an invasion. But Liam knew better. He felt a strange sense of hope. The humans had come. Captain Noah Grant was the leader of the human fleet. He was tall, with short dark hair and a calm presence. His voice came through the communication system. Clear and firm. "This is Captain Grant of Earth," he said. "We received your message. We are here to help. Prepare the station for repairs." The council stared at the screen. Nobody spoke. Finally, one council member said, "Repairs? That is impossible. You sent a message for spare parts, not a fleet." Captain Grant smiled slightly. "We do not send parts only. If something is broken, we rebuild it better. If you ask for help, you get our best." Maya and Liam exchanged looks. They could not believe it. The humans were serious, and the humans were fast. Within hours, landing bays were filled with engineering crews. Heavy machinery was unloaded. Advanced power cores, shield generators, and new hull plating were moved into the station. The human engineers worked quickly, joking as they moved from one broken section to another. They handed hot coffee to tired alien workers. And slowly, morale began to rise. Workers who had given up weeks ago now smiled, laughed, and joined the humans in fixing the station. Liam walked through a corridor filled with human engineers. He watched as a technician replaced a shield emitter while explaining each step to an alien apprentice. Another human worked on a broken cargo lift, showing a small robot how to repair it. The humans were not only repairing the station, they were teaching everyone how to do it better than before. As night fell, the station looked different. Lights were brighter. Hallways no longer flickered. Alarms were silent. Hollow Reach still had work to do, but for the first time in years, the station felt alive. Liam looked out at the human fleet outside. He saw small fighter ships patrolling the space near the station. They were ready to defend, if needed. He thought about how Earth had come so far, faster than anyone could imagine. They did not just bring parts. They brought people, knowledge, and hope. Maya joined him. She smiled for the first time in weeks. Liam nodded. Not just survive. Maybe it will be stronger than ever. As the night continued, Liam walked through the station. He saw humans working alongside aliens, fixing systems, sharing tools, and laughing at small mistakes. He thought about how small acts, sharing coffee, offering a smile, showing how to fix something, could change everything. Outside, in the dark space near Hollow Reach, pirate ships lingered. They had been waiting for a weak station to attack. But now, they saw the humans. They did not know what to expect. But Liam knew the humans were ready. Earth did not send help halfway. They came, fully prepared. Liam paused at the edge of the observation deck. He watched the stars, the station below, and the human fleet circling. He realized something important. Humans were not just repairers. They were builders, fighters, and teachers. They could turn hopeless situations into strongholds. The first part of the repair work was almost complete. Broken systems were fixed. Corridors were brighter, and workers were smiling. The humans had arrived with nothing but tools, coffee, and determination. But they had already changed everything. Hollow Reach was no longer a station waiting to die. It had a chance to live. And somewhere deep in Liam's heart, he knew that this was only the beginning. The next morning, Hollow Reach felt alive in a way it hadn't in years. Corridors no longer smelled of oil and dust. Broken machinery had been repaired or replaced, and new devices hummed quietly with energy. The humans moved through the station like a storm of efficiency. Liam Parker walked beside Maya Brooks as they watched the repair crews work. "Look at that," Maya said quietly. "They replaced the main power core already. In a few more hours, the old systems will be stronger than they ever were." Liam nodded. And they didn't even complain. They just got to work. Outside the station, the human fleet had spread into formation. Engineering ships hovered near damaged sections of the station, while smaller fighter craft patrolled the surrounding space. Cargo vessels delivered equipment from the main fleet, and medical ships stood ready in case of accidents. The humans had not only brought repairs, they had brought protection. Captain Noah Grant walked through one of the station's main corridors, followed by his officers. His presence was calm but strong. Every crew member respected him, and the alien workers seemed to understand his authority without question. Noah stopped at a damaged docking bay. He looked at a group of humans and aliens working together to replace the old gate controls. "Keep it steady," he said. "These systems are old, but they will work like new when we finish." One of the alien workers looked nervous. He had never seen humans move so fast or repair so much in so little time. The human engineer next to him smiled and handed him a tool. "It's simple. Follow my steps, and we'll have it running in no time." Liam and Maya walked further into the station. They came to a section where shield emitters had been installed just the night before. Small repair drones hovered near the emitters, watching and learning from human engineers. Humans worked with hands and tools, but also with careful instructions. Every step was explained slowly so the aliens could repeat it themselves. "This is amazing," Liam whispered. "They're not just fixing the station. They're teaching everyone how to do it better." Maya smiled. "I've never seen anyone work like this. They really care." Meanwhile, the council watched from their chambers. They had gathered to discuss the human arrival. Some were still suspicious, worried that Earth's fleet had another purpose. But seeing the humans repair the station so quickly and teach the workers calmed most of their fears. "Do you think they will leave once the station is repaired?" Liam shook his head. "No. Humans don't just show up and leave. They stay until the job is done. And sometimes, they stay longer to make sure it doesn't break again." As the day passed, more improvements were made. Old corridors were reinforced, new communication relays were installed, and emergency power systems were upgraded. Even the oldest cargo lifts, which had been stuck for years, now ran smoothly. Humans shared coffee and small snacks with everyone, bringing laughter into the dusty halls. By late afternoon, Hollow Reach began to feel almost like a new station. Workers moved faster, machines worked better, and aliens began to smile again. Liam watched a group of engineers lift a heavy panel together, carefully following the instructions of a human technician. They succeeded, and everyone cheered. Liam felt a deep sense of pride. The station was coming back to life, and humans were leading the way. But not everyone in the area was happy. Far from the station, in the dark reaches of space, a group of pirate ships had been watching. For years, they had avoided Hollow Reach because it was weak, broken, and undefended. They believed that once the station requested help, it would be easy prey. But the human fleet changed everything. The pirate commander, a tall alien with sharp features named Varnock, glared at his screen. "What is this?" he growled. "They have ships? And shields?" This station is stronger than before. We cannot take it lightly. His second in command, a smaller alien with yellow eyes, shook his head. They are humans. I have heard stories. They do not fight like anyone else. They repair, they upgrade, and they attack with precision. We cannot risk it. Varnock slammed his claw on the table. We do not retreat. Hollow Reach is valuable. We will find a way. Back on the station, Liam and Maya continued to oversee the work. Captain Grant had allowed them to direct minor repairs, while humans handled the larger upgrades. The station now had reinforced hull plating, upgraded shield emitters, and a faster communications network. Even cargo systems were improved, allowing ships to dock and unload more quickly. Look at that, Maya said, pointing to the docking bays. Ships can move in and out, without slowing down at all. This is incredible. Liam smiled. And it's only the beginning. The humans still have days of work left. When they finish, this station will be stronger than any in this sector. By evening, the humans had set up a central operations hub inside the station. Holographic maps displayed all sections of Hollow Reach, showing which systems had been repaired and which still needed work. Human technicians monitored every corridor, engine, and shield emitter. Noah Grant and his officers gathered around the map. We have finished the first phase of repairs, Noah said. Now we begin reinforcement. Pirate threats are near, and Hollow Reach needs defense. We cannot allow any attack to succeed. Liam felt a mix of fear and excitement. He had never seen the station so secure. Humans had brought more than repairs they had brought. Protection. The thought of facing pirates with these upgrades made him feel hopeful for the first time in years. That night, the station buzzed with energy. Humans and aliens worked side by side, repairing, upgrading, and learning from each other. Coffee machines hummed in common areas, and workers laughed as they shared stories of past failures and small victories. For the first time in a long while, Hollow Reach felt like a community. Suddenly, the sensors detected movement. Small blips appeared at the edge of the system, pirate ships moving closer. Liam ran to the control room with Maya. Human officers were already analyzing the situation. They are coming, one of them said. But they do not know what they face. Noah Grant activated the defensive grid. Fighter ships moved into position around the station. Automated weapons powered up. Shields flared briefly as they tested the new systems. Liam watched in awe. Humans had transformed Hollow Reach from a weak, failing station into a fortified stronghold in less than 2 days. Maya leaned over Liam's shoulder. Do you think we can really defend against the pirates? She asked. Liam nodded slowly. With humans here, I think we can not only defend it, but scare them off completely. Outside, pirate ships approached cautiously. They had expected an easy target, but the human presence and the upgraded station were something else entirely. Liam watched the blips on the screen. The pirates hesitated, unsure if they should attack. Noah Grant spoke calmly into the communicator. Hollow Reach is under human protection. Any attack will fail. Leave now, and you will not be harmed. Varnock, the pirate commander, growled at the warning. He was not used to being threatened. He ordered his ships to hold position, testing the defenses. Missiles fired from the station's new turrets, exploding harmlessly in space near the pirates' ships. The warning shots were precise and powerful. Liam felt his heart race. The station had never seen this level of defense. Every system hummed perfectly. Shields glowed, weapons aligned, and the human fleet moved with perfect coordination. Hollow Reach had become a fortress overnight. The pirate ships withdrew slightly, confused and cautious. They had never encountered such organization from humans before. Varnock cursed, realizing that the station was no longer easy prey. Inside the station, Liam turned to Maya. They don't know it yet, But they can't take Hollow Reach. Not with the humans here. Maya smiled. I hope we never have to find out how strong they really are. Captain Grant moved through the control room, checking every system. We are not finished yet, he said. Repairs are complete, but Hollow Reach must be defended. We will strengthen weapons, train crews, and ensure the station is ready for anything. Liam felt pride and awe. Earth had sent humans for repairs, and they had transformed Hollow Reach into a station no pirate would dare touch. The humans worked tirelessly, often skipping sleep, focused only on making the station safe and strong. By the end of the day, the pirates had withdrawn from the system. The station had not been attacked, but everyone knew it could be at any moment. Hollow Reach was no longer defenseless. Humans had come with repairs, upgrades, coffee, and a hidden war fleet ready to fight. Liam walked through the corridors late that night. He saw humans and aliens working together, laughing quietly, sharing tools and stories. The station hummed with new life. For the first time in decades, Hollow Reach had hope. He looked out at the stars. Somewhere far away, Earth had sent these humans. They had brought help, but more than that, they had brought something no one expected. Strength, skill, and courage. And Liam knew, deep in his heart, that Hollow Reach would never be the same again. The humans had arrived, and nothing would ever break the station again. The morning on Hollow Reach began quietly, but tension hung in the air. Sensors had detected pirate ships lingering near the edge of the system overnight. Their movements were cautious, but every officer on the station knew they were planning something. Hollow Reach had become stronger in the past 2 days, but no one had ever seen an attack like what might come next. Liam Parker walked through the corridors with Maya Brooks. The station was alive with human activity. Engineers checked weapons systems, technicians tested shields, and small fighter ships patrolled near the docks. The humans had upgraded everything faster than anyone could imagine. Hull plating was reinforced, turrets were installed in perfect positions, and the shield network now covered every vulnerable point. The station looked like a fortress. Do you think they'll attack today? Maya asked, quietly. Liam shook his head. I don't know. But if they do, they will be surprised. Hollow Reach is ready now. Captain Noah Grant stood in the main control room, looking at the display showing pirate movements. He was calm as always, but his officers could feel the tension. Noah had fought many battles, but every situation was different. He spoke to the crew in his steady voice. Today, we test our defenses, he said. Pirates are near. They will try to take what they think is weak. We know Hollow Reach is stronger. Stay calm. Follow your orders. Protect the station. Human fighter pilots moved into formation outside the station. Smaller ships flanked the docking bays, ready to intercept any threat. Cargo vessels carried extra repair materials, and medical ships stood by in case of casualties. Every human knew their role. Every alien crew member knew theirs too. Hollow Reach had become more than a station, it was a team. Liam watched from the observation deck as the first signs of the pirate attack appeared. Tiny blips moved on the sensor screens, closing in fast. The pirates were not just testing, they were committing. Liam's heart raced. Here they come, Maya said. Get ready. The first pirate ships reached the edge of the station's defenses. They fired small missiles at a distance, testing the new shields. The shields flared, absorbing the impacts without a scratch. Automated turrets opened fire, shooting carefully at the incoming missiles. Explosions lit up the space around the station. Impressive, Liam muttered. He had seen defensive systems fail many times. But these new human upgrades worked perfectly. Noah Grant's voice came over the communicator. Fighters, intercept the closest ships. Turrets, hold fire unless a target approaches. We are not wasting resources. Human pilots moved with precision. They flew in patterns that the pirates could not predict. Every attack was met with a counterattack. Every movement anticipated. The pirates fired again, this time with larger weapons, hoping to damage the station's hull. Liam watched as a human engineer monitored the shield network. "Shields are stable," she reported. "We can handle this." The pirate commander, Varnock, growled as he saw his ships being pushed back. He had expected an easy victory. But Hollow Reach was different. The station's upgrades were more than repairs, they were a lesson in human efficiency. Varnock barked orders to his fleet. "Focus on the left flank. Overwhelm them." Varnock. "Overwhelm them." Human pilots adjusted quickly. Fighter wings moved to the left side, intercepting every pirate ship. Automated turrets targeted vulnerable points, while human crews inside the station monitored every movement. Every attack the pirates tried was stopped before it could reach the station. Liam could hardly believe what he was seeing. Humans were fighting, but they were not reckless. Every action was precise, calculated, and effective. The pirates were strong, but Hollow Reach had become stronger overnight. Maya pointed at the display. "They're trying to regroup," she said. "They don't understand how strong we are." Liam nodded. "They will learn quickly." Pirate ships tried another tactic. They split into smaller groups, hoping to attack from different angles. But human coordination was better. Each pirate group was met by a squad of fighters, while the station's automated turrets covered every approach. The station itself seemed alive, responding to every move the pirates made. In the control room, Captain Grant gave orders calmly. "Divert power to shields. Reinforce left turret banks. Fighters, intercept the rear group. Engineers, monitor hull stress." Every command was followed without hesitation. Humans and aliens worked together as a single unit. Hollow Reach had become more than a station, it was a living fortress. Liam watched as one pirate ship tried to sneak behind the station. It fired at a weak point in the docking bay. A human fighter shot across the pirate ship's path, destroying its weapons. Another fired at its engines, slowing it down. The ship spun uncontrollably in space and was forced to retreat. "They can't touch us," Liam said quietly. Maya smiled. "They won't," she said. "Not with humans here." The battle continued for hours. The pirates tried different strategies, speed, numbers, and even ramming attempts, but every time, the humans anticipated and countered. The station's turrets, shields, and fighters worked together like a single mind. Every pirate ship that came too close was either destroyed or forced to retreat. Noah Grant moved through the control room, checking every system. He spoke calmly to his officers. "Maintain formation. Don't take unnecessary risks. Protect the civilians. Hollow Reach must survive intact." Liam could see the fear on the pirates' screens. They had never faced humans like this before. They had expected a weak station, easy prey. Instead, they found a fortress, a team, and an intelligence that matched every move they made. The humans did not celebrate. Every victory was immediately followed by preparation for the next attack. Engineers repaired minor damage instantly. Shields were reinforced, and fighters returned to formation. Every moment counted. By late afternoon, the pirates realized they could not win. Their ships were damaged, morale was low, and every attempt to attack Hollow Reach failed. Varnock cursed, unable to comprehend the humans' efficiency. He ordered a retreat, vowing to return another day. The station remained unbroken. Hollow Reach had survived its first real test since the humans arrived. Liam walked through the corridors, watching humans and aliens continue repairs. Some were exhausted, but they never stopped. The station hummed with energy, alive in a way it never had before. Maya joined him. "I can't believe they did this in just a few days," she said. "Hollow Reach is stronger than it was in decades." Liam nodded. They didn't just repair it. They taught us how to defend it, how to improve it, how to survive. Humans don't just fix what's broken. They make it better than new. Even the council members, who had been skeptical at first, could not hide their amazement. They had witnessed a small station turn into a fortress in just a few days. Hollow Reach now had a chance to survive anything the outer systems could throw at it. As night fell, the station was quiet again, but not empty. Humans and aliens moved through corridors, repairing minor damage from the battle and preparing for future threats. Coffee machines were humming, and quiet laughter filled the halls. Hollow Reach was alive, protected, and ready. Liam stood at the observation deck, looking at the stars. He saw the human fleet outside, circling the station, ready for any future attack. He thought about Earth, about how humans had traveled so far to help. They had come with repairs, upgrades, coffee, and a war fleet. And now, Liam knew something important. Humans were not just repairers. They were fighters, builders, and teachers. They could turn a failing station into a fortress, a hopeless situation into a victory. Hollow Reach had survived its first real battle with the humans' help, and nothing would ever be the same. Maya joined him. "Do you think they will stay?" she asked. "I don't know," Liam said. "But I think Hollow Reach doesn't need to be afraid anymore. With humans here, we can face anything." Outside, the stars were quiet. The pirates had gone for now, but everyone on the station knew they might return. Hollow Reach was no longer defenseless. Humans had turned it into something powerful, something that could survive. And Liam felt hope he hadn't felt in years. For the first time in decades, Hollow Reach had a future. After the battle, Hollow Reach was quiet, but the station was far from idle. The pirates had been pushed back, but the humans were not done. Captain Noah Grant had made it clear. The station had to be stronger than ever, prepared for anything, and ready to thrive. Engineers moved through the corridors, repairing minor damage from the attacks, checking weapons, and reinforcing shields. Liam Parker walked beside Maya Brooks, watching humans and aliens work together. Small machines buzzed along the floor, carrying tools and parts. New turrets had been installed on outer platforms, and shields were fully operational. The docking bays, once slow and broken, now allowed ships to move in and out quickly and safely. "It's incredible," Maya said quietly. "Every system works perfectly. We've never had this much control over the station before." Liam nodded. "And it's not just repairs. They've taught us how to maintain it, how to defend it, and how to keep it running without breaking down. Hollow Reach will survive now, no matter what comes." In the control room, Captain Grant met with his officers. "We will remain for a few more days," he said. "We will train your crews, test the systems, and make sure everything works together. After that, we will leave a small team of advisors. Hollow Reach can continue on its own, but with guidance from Earth if needed." The council members of Hollow Reach were amazed. They had never seen anything like this. A failing station, forgotten and abandoned by most civilizations, had been rebuilt, upgraded, and strengthened in just a few days. The humans had worked without complaint, taught everyone, and even shared coffee and meals with the alien crews. Hollow Reach felt alive again, full of hope and energy. Liam moved through the corridors, checking on repair crews. Engineers were running simulations for emergency situations, making sure the new shields would respond to any attack. Fighters practiced maneuvers in docking bays and through simulation rooms. Even the smallest systems, like communications and power distribution, were tested repeatedly to ensure no failure. Maya joined him near a control panel. "The humans don't just repair, they improve everything. Even the small systems are stronger than before." Liam smiled. That's why they call it human fix. When humans repair something, it doesn't just work, it becomes better than new. Outside, the human fleet continued to patrol the station's perimeter. Fighter wings flew in tight formation, watching for any signs of returning pirates or other threats. Larger human ships maintained sensor coverage, ready to respond at a moment's notice. Hollow Reach was no longer vulnerable. As the days passed, trade resumed on the station. Alien traders who had abandoned Hollow Reach returned. Ships arrived with goods and passengers, greeted by the new, efficient docking systems. Market areas reopened, lights shining brighter than ever. Merchants smiled as commerce flowed smoothly again. The station had become not just safe, but prosperous. Liam and Maya watched the docks one evening. A small human cargo vessel delivered new supplies, and traders from different species worked together without confusion. The station was organized, alive, and protected. "This is amazing," Maya said. "I've never seen Hollow Reach like this. It's beautiful." Liam nodded. Humans don't just repair things. They give hope. They make impossible things possible. The council called a meeting with Captain Grant. They wanted to thank Earth for sending help, but they also expected to make heavy demands in return. They had feared that a fleet like this would expect tribute or control over the station. "Captain Grant," one council member began nervously, "we are grateful for your help. What do you expect in return?" Noah smiled gently. "We do not ask for tribute. We ask only for cooperation and friendship. Humans do not fix something to take it for themselves. We fix it to make it stronger, to protect it, and to make sure it lasts. Work together with us, learn from each other, and Hollow Reach will thrive." The council members were silent. They had expected demands, but instead, humans offered guidance, protection, and friendship. It was something they had not expected, and it left them humbled. Liam walked with Maya after the meeting. Maya nodded. "It's strange, but it works. Hollow Reach has never been stronger. And the humans, they've changed everything." In the days that followed, human engineers trained the alien crews. They explained how to maintain shields, repair weapons, and manage the station's systems efficiently. They also shared small things, like how to organize supply rooms, how to coordinate teams, and even how to make coffee. The simple act of making and sharing coffee became a symbol of human presence, warmth, kindness, and cooperation. Small human teams stayed in corridors, fixing minor problems, answering questions, and showing the alien crews how to do things themselves. Slowly, Hollow Reach's alien workers gained confidence. They no longer feared equipment failure because they knew how to handle it. They no longer feared attack because they understood the station's defenses. Liam walked through a corridor where human engineers were teaching a group of alien technicians how to calibrate turrets. "See? You just adjust the control here," one human said. "Then the system automatically targets anything that threatens the station." The aliens followed instructions carefully, and soon the turrets were fully operational. They looked at Liam and smiled. "We can do it now," one said. Liam smiled back. "Yes, you can. Hollow Reach can defend itself because of you, and because of humans." Outside, the human fleet began to prepare for departure. Smaller fighter wings continued to patrol the immediate area, while the larger ships moved to the edge of the system. Noah Grant spoke to Liam and Maya. "We will leave most of the fleet here," he said. "Some ships will return to Earth, but a small team will remain. They will advise you if needed. Hollow Reach can survive now, but guidance is always helpful." Liam felt a mix of relief and sadness. He had grown used to the humans' presence, their energy, skill, and kindness had changed the station forever. But he understood. Humans did not stay forever, they helped, then left a lasting impact. On the day of departure, the human ships gathered in formation outside the station. Liam and Maya watched as the fleet prepared to leave. Captain Grant's ship moved to the front, signaling a final message. "This station is yours now," he said. "Protect it, improve it, and remember, humans will always help friends in need. Hollow Reach is strong, and it can survive anything. Take care of it." Liam nodded. "We will. Thank you, Captain Grant." Noah smiled. "No thanks needed. Just remember the lessons you learned here. Hollow Reach is safe because you worked together and because you learned from humans. That is the real strength." The fleet activated warp drives and disappeared into the distance. The stars were quiet again, but Hollow Reach was no longer the same. The station had survived attacks, been repaired, and upgraded beyond what anyone thought possible. The station was alive, strong, and full of hope. Liam walked through the corridors one last time. He saw alien technicians working confidently, engineers checking systems, and traders moving freely through the docks. The station had become more than a place to live. It had become a symbol of strength, cooperation, and survival. Maya joined him. "It's strange," she said. "They were here for only a few days, and yet Hollow Reach feels different, better." "Yes," Liam said. "They didn't just fix machines. They fixed hope. They fixed confidence. They showed us what is possible when you work together and never give up." The council called another meeting that evening. They discussed new trade agreements, improved security protocols, and plans to expand the station. Hollow Reach was no longer a place people avoided. It had become a center of commerce and diplomacy. The humans' influence would last for generations. In the weeks that followed, small human teams remained on the station as advisors. They answered questions, supervised upgrades, and ensured the systems continued running smoothly. But the station itself was no longer dependent on them. The aliens had learned, adapted, and grown. Hollow Reach had become self-sufficient, strong, and ready for the future. Liam stood on the observation deck, looking out at the stars. He remembered the first days when the station was failing, when alarms rang constantly, and workers were tired and hopeless. Now, everything was different. Hollow Reach was alive, protected, and thriving. Maya joined him. "Do you think we'll ever forget them?" she asked. Liam shook his head. "No. Humans changed everything here. They didn't just repair systems, they gave us hope, strength, and knowledge. Hollow Reach will always remember." As the stars stretched into the distance, Hollow Reach stood tall and strong, a testament to what humans could do. They could travel across the galaxy, arrive at a failing station with nothing but tools, coffee, and determination, and turn it into a fortress. They could inspire, protect, and teach. Hollow Reach would never be the same, and neither would anyone who had seen humans at work. The station hummed quietly, alive in every corridor, turret, and docking bay. Trade resumed. Shields were strong. Weapons were ready. And humans, far away on Earth, had left behind a legacy that would endure for generations. Hollow Reach was safe, and the galaxy knew it. And in the quiet of the observation deck, Liam and Maya smiled, knowing that no matter what the future held, Hollow Reach had survived, and humans had shown what true strength and courage looked like.